Sitting lonely in my room again, trying to find the words to say, but nothing comes out. I am looking for the better days, seem like they just stay away whenever I try. There's so many things that I keep in my mind. My friends keep me out and it hurts every time. With all the emotions I built up inside, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Sitting lonely in my room again, acting like I'm innocent. Why do I try? 'Cause now I'm feeling like a fool again, thinking I can fool myself by telling me lies. When there's so many things that I keep in my mind, I hang around people I don't even like. If they can be happy and walk with a smile, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time.
Всем привет! Мы продолжаем играть в Dead Synchronicity. Вот. Я помню, что мы остановились на моменте... Так, игра, развернись. Нет, ерор! Ясно. Игра успела вылететь. Ну, в общем, как она там подхватилась ОБС-кой, но она мне не развернулась в экран. Вот. Мы, получается, остановились, мы пришли в город, что-то там поговорили с пастором, да, вот этим, который был в церкви. Я помню, что мы нашли с вами вот это вот училище, не училище, медицинское, короче, больничку вот эту, в которую мы должны были как раз-таки прийти, лекарство получить. Вот. Сейчас будем думать, куда идти дальше. Мы еще получили вот этот вот острый, толстый кусок стекла. По идее, им можно что-то отрезать, я думаю. Вот. А еще мне сказали, что за счет браслета мне не обязательно прятаться ночью. Может, попробовать стеклом замок? Нет. Замок.
A chain with a padlock. Huh, but I'm no Houdini. Let's not waste any more time on this.
Не стоит тратить на это время. По-моему, здесь вот мы как раз, да, у нас упала колонна. Опа.
Oh no. Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid while everything around me is transformed. Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Ну, кстати, я с сестрой не могу поговорить, хотя мы видим ее в двух реальностях. Так, что у нас тут еще есть? Прихожане, витраж, каменный крест, скамейки, колонна.
Excuse me. I wanted to talk to you again.
Ну да, новых
I
диалогов у
think
нас
it's best that I
нету.
leave you in peace.
Yes, leave my brother in peace.
There's still time. There's still time. Bring me the head of the lion above the flames.
А, ему надо принести голову льва над пламенем. Голова льва над пламенем.
Scratching the glass with the nails wouldn't do much good. Besides, I hate the squeaky sound of sharp objects on glass.
Так, что у нас тут еще? Знак метро, который мы не могли снять.
What for?
Да?
I'd only end up breaking the glass, or even worse, cutting my hand with it.
Медицинский центр, я так понимаю, что смогу пройти только с мотоциклом. Скорее всего. Давайте попробуем вернемся вот в поселение, в котором мы были. Тесанные камни. Так, а с той стороны у нас что было?
Impossible. It's beyond my reach. The bars are keeping me from getting there.
Мешают прутья. Так, но он намекает на то, что надо избавиться от прутьев. Так, здравствуйте, я вернулась. Не знаю, правда, что мы здесь сейчас будем делать. Монеток я не добыла. У меня есть гвозди. Хотите сыграть на
Those goons
гвозди?
demanded money from me in exchange for letting me into the van.
Может,
I
там
don't think I'd gain
генератор
anything by using this
гвоздей?
here.
Или стеклышко генератор?
What for? I'd only end up cutting my hand.
Металлолом, мусор, мусор. Ну, давайте походим, посмотрим, что мы еще можем поделать. Электрический кабель.
Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs a ton.
Брина, привет! Лук картошки, колу. Приятного тебе, Брина, если ты сейчас будешь кушать. Ну-ка,
I'm
если
afraid I can't do
попробовать.
that.
Или стеклом.
What for? Cutting my...
Нет. Надо что-то, чем я смогу продырявить бочку. Может попробовать что-то обменять?
I prefer to hold on to it. I think
Нет. Гвозди?
the entire world is turned into a trash heap. Do I really think I'm going to find someone who wants a handful of rusty nails?
Ну а вдруг? Ему нет.
It doesn't seem like
Стеклышко?
a good idea.
Нет. Может, у охотника новые эти есть? Диалоги? Или, может, с ним
Hi,
можно о
Mike. So
чем-то
what brings you
поговорить?
here?
То, что, мол, вот я была в городе. Нет. Нет,
I should be going now.
нет, так
Fine,
нет.
Mike. You're welcome anytime. Remember, dude, here we can get you whatever you need. No
Кто там
questions
падает?
asked.
Ну, давайте с барменом поговорим.
Hello again. What can I get for you?
I'm not really interested in buying it.
Ясно. Давайте попробуем со
Hello,
старичком
mister.
поговорить.
Are you still waiting?
I still am. That's all I can do at this point, don't you agree?
Я еще не кушаю. Отдыхаю. Морально. Готовить пойду через полчасика, может, на спасибо.
I should be going on my way. Have a pleasant wait, mister.
Нету новых диалогов. К сожалению.
Did you bring me what you promised me, rat?
No, not yet, but I'm working on it.
Then get out of my sight and don't make me regret giving you the bracelet. Don't come back here without that morphine from my husband, like I said. There'll be a fat wad of cash waiting for you.
Yes, I know.
Hello, Michael.
До сих пор есть вариант с
You did a
меня
very good job with your mission.
прочитается.
I owe you.
Yes, our dad would be proud. Are you going to give us a reward, Michael?
Of course. You deserve it. Give me time to bring you something.
Yeah.
I have to get going. Keep
Так, давайте попробуем им что-нибудь отдать. Хотите
Those boys are
гвоздей?
expecting some type of reward, and I don't think they're gonna find.
Нет. Плакатик?
Those boys are expecting.
Нет.
Those
Осколок?
boys are. And I
Ну,
don't.
мне кажется, осколок мне больше понадобится, чем им. Так, ладно. Я пока не знаю, что им дать. Опа. Опять меня.
Oh no. It's starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything. Everything is mutating, and I haven't even moved. I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Я, как в прошлый раз, взял попкорн и колу. Приятного, Никс. Надеюсь, она у тебя быстро не закончится.
The glass isn't hard enough to unblock this door. It would break in two. It doesn't look like it's having any.
Ну-ка, давайте с бездомным
Can I
поговорим.
ask you a few questions?
I'll answer anything you want, as long as you don't get near my stuff.
О, не, подожди, это уже было. Еще раз рассказать, все, что это все
Well.
уже было. Что тогда нам надо сделать? Торчащая пружинка.
Best not to waste time trying to nail. I'd only end up. The oil lamp is better enough. I'm not gonna snuff out this oil lamp.
Ну, дверка заперта.
It's bolted from inside.
Что-то пока непонятно. Вряд ли разрешат мне потрогать
Hey,
мотоцикл.
Rat, I don't think that motorcycle belongs to...
Да.
Are you one of those people who...
I'm beginning to get an idea. I'm stepping.
Но мне нужен мотоцикл.
Oh no. Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid, while everything around me is transformed.
Мне показывают из-за того, что я
I think I'm starting to
вышла
lose
из
my
игры, и
mind.
типа все обнулилось, я так понимаю. То есть мне каждый раз, когда я захожу в игру, надо будет каждую локацию так просмотреть, чтобы больше она не появлялась. Что-то у меня пока идей нет, на самом деле.
I need to get in here. But please, don't make too much noise.
I'm sorry.
Help me.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure, but make it snappy. Can't you see that we're very busy?
Thanks for the
Новых диалогов ни у кого нету. То есть, по идее, я должна что-то уже сделать. Даже учитывая, что нет диалогов. Что интересно сделать?
I don't quite see how I could use this. What for? Cutting my hand. Use this here? What for? Cutting my hand with. I don't think I'd gain.
Непонятно. Цвета, я, конечно, понимаю, что это игра из разряда тыкай все во все подряд, но все иногда проявляет чуть-чуть. Все уже проявляет чуть-чуть логики. То это немного глупо смотрится. Нормально. А вдруг пройдет? Почему нет? Вдруг тут нет логики. Алекс, привет. Ну, на самом деле, я уже все потыкала, все, что только можно, наверное, потыкать. Ну, логического. Вот, поэтому я уже тыкаю нелогическое.
So, let's see. Impossible. It's not that it's super heavy. It's that there's hardly any place to insert your fingers to lift this manhole cover. Best not to waste time trying. Impossible. They're too small. If I want to dig around it.
Может, я попробую вот осколком?
I'll do this very carefully, so that the glass doesn't break in two. Perfect. The hole I've dug is big enough to get to the other side of the fence.
То есть я использовала стеклышко как лопату. Логично? Логично. Ты бы стал стеклом копать землю? Я бы не стала. Смотри, какую он там дырку прокопал стеклом. Что он вообще полноценно пролез там.
I refuse to touch that repulsive mess and put it in my pocket. It's absolutely putrid.
Чего? Мы с тобой играем в такую игру, в которой кладут в карманы все. И даже это. Ох, ё.
Good God. There are dozens, hundreds of corpses hanging from the branches. What could have drawn all these people here? What kind of pain? What kind of desperation brought them here?
Точно, это же...
These are the corpses of ordinary people.
Этот...
Who were living their ordinary
Парк
lives
самоубийц.
in their ordinary little worlds up to a very short time ago. Could any of them have imagined meeting an end like this back then? Forgotten and nameless, swaying in the breeze like marionettes. And all those savages in uniforms did was close the park. They didn't even bother to cut their bodies down from the trees. I'm afraid that tonight there are too many dark stars to count in Suicide Park.
Так, ну давайте сначала, наверное, осмотрим, потом уже что-то будем трогать. Заборы зоопарка.
It's impressive. The park was able to devour the fence effortlessly. The metal bars became like plasticine, molded by the whims of the vegetation.
Деревянная скамья.
A rotting bench overlooking purgatory. It looks like the kid who hanged himself from this tree climbed up on this and then jumped with the rope around his neck.
Ломик.
An iron crowbar buried like a stake. Right now, the other end is around the neck of a corpse.
Интересно, как ломик так вот держит целого человека. Опа.
Wait a minute. That guy is... the suicide victim who was hanging from this tree. No, don't do it, please. No! Good God. I saw him hang himself.
Although the crows have already done a thorough job on him, from what's left, I'd say that the corpse belongs to a young man, barely of legal age, one of the many dark stars in the park.
Ну, металл стеклом резать или давать детям бесполезный мусор, который им не нужен, это пипец как логично. А вдруг какой-либо мусор, который я считаю мусором, им понадобится? Откуда ж я знаю? Веревка.
With the noose around its neck, the corpse's body sways in the wind like a rag doll.
Так, можно и веревку потрогать, и его потрогать, и ломик потрогать. Стена деревьев и кустов.
This vegetation is so dense that all you can see are some flattened metal posts in there. There's no doubt that nature has taken over this corner of the city. And considering its proximity to the medical center, I bet this is the continuation of the wall of trees that crosses the compound from one end to the other.
Так, это обратно
Wherever I
самоубийца.
look, I see corpses hanging from these branches, some so recent that the shadows of their faces make it seem like they're following you with their gaze.
Ну, давайте с висельника начнем.
That strikes me as disrespectful, and I don't think it would do anything for me. Impossible. One of its ends is tied to the crowbar, and the other... Well, the other is also tied to something.
Фить. Так, теперь у меня есть ломик. И веревка. Попробуем сквозь
The
стену
trees and
пройти.
bushes are so close together here that I can hardly push the branches to one side with my hands. Ah, the thorns in these bushes are jabbing into me like metal spikes. I'm not going to be able to open up a path this way.
Что-то по типу секатора, чтобы здесь пройти. Так, теперь у меня есть веревка, ломик, веревка, ломик.
I don't think doing this would... I don't see how I can use this with this piece of glass. I'd only end up scratching it.
Давайте
The
ломиком
crowbar fits
откроем.
perfectly into the hole in the manhole cover.
Так,
Wait a minute. I'm not going to climb down any further. It's totally dark in there, and it would be crazy to go into
темно.
these sewers without any light.
ладно. Окей. Нам нужен свет. Ну, света у нас пока нет. Кстати, нам оставили ломик. Да. Наверное, ломиком мы можем теперь вот это
Maybe with the
забрать.
help of the crowbar, I can get the subway sign off the wall. Damn it! I've managed to tear it down, but the subway sign is broken in two.
Указатель разломался на две части. Сломанный металлический знак.
It's useless. I'll never get these nails through the metal of the subway sign. A subway sign split in two. That's what happens when you try to rip something off a wall without the right tools. I don't see anything to tie to this.
Ну зачем мне две половинки, интересно? Кстати, я, наверное, ломиком могу и дверку взломать.
I agree that violence is sometimes the shortest path between 2 points, but considering how heavy this padlock and the chain are, I'm not sure that brute force is going to help me open this door.
Значит, нет.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I doubt I'd accomplish anything using the pieces of the metal sign with that.
Тоже нет. Ладно. Что у нас тут еще есть? Светофор, тени, но в принципе больше ничего и нету такого. Стена, подвальное окно. Ломик и веревка. Ну-ка, если я, допустим, веревку попробую использовать здесь. Ну или металлический знак. Давайте попробуем.
As dead as that tree is, it still looks strong enough to tie the rope to.
Так.
I can't reach it from here. Maybe I should find a way to get to the bottom of this enormous hole first.
А веревка теперь здесь неактивна, да? Я могу лишь забрать веревку.
It doesn't look like it's having any effect. I doubt I'd accomplish anything. I don't quite see how I could use it. I doubt I'd accomplish...
Нет. Ну, явно веревку надо
this
сюда.
Getting into a punching match... I don't think I'd get... Getting into... I'm afraid...
Нет, нет, нет.
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight.
А, надо было просто нажать на дерево. Я хотела забрать веревку, а он по ней полез. А он прям в воду полез. Ё-моё. Так.
Underneath the surface, there must be many more of these stone things I see sticking out of the water. No doubt they're the remains of a structure that sank here. It seems like a small fragment of one of them is loose.
Что это? Камень с резьбой. Непонятно, что нарисовано.
A small piece of sculpted marble. It's the head of an animal above what looks like flames or an open
Это то, что
fire. Could it
пастору
be a
надо
lion's
было.
head?
Да, давай. Забирайся. Так, все предметы он... Ага. Забрал. Все. Теперь пошли к пастору сходим. Ну-ка.
The head of the lion above the flames. I think this must be yours.
The head of the lion. The head of the lion above the flames. The ruins of the temple still exist. Salvation is still possible. We can prevent it. We can still prevent it. Don't you understand? The annihilation of time. The wrath of God for our arrogance. There's still time. I have to return to the ruins of the temple. I have to go back to the ruins of the temple.
Wait a minute! Whew. There's no question in my mind. This man is a complete lunatic.
Крестообразная палка. Так, ну окей, теперь у нас есть палка.
Better not.
И за ним я пойти не могу. С сестрой с его я тоже не могу поговорить. Ну, судя по всему, здесь мы все сделали. Все, что могли. А, точно, тут же нам еще свет нужен. Свет. Ну, в принципе, наверное, можно и вот здесь вот с бочки зажечь. Как раз-таки она активна, горящая бочка. Отдельно. Но тогда нам надо на палку намотать какую-нибудь ткань. И типа факела сделать. Но это алкоголь еще нужен. Где, интересно, металлический знак? Надо использовать. Давайте попробуем здесь что-нибудь сделать. Прочные прутья, темный туннель, гора отбросов.
Nothing can be done here. The bars...
Прутья слишком толстые. А, веревку у меня забрали. Полноценно.
I
Всё.
doubt I'd accomplish anything.
Да. Может попробовать с ними поговорить, хотя я не думаю, что они прям
I don't mean
разговорчивые.
to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
Hey, it seems like we have a nosy rat in the camp.
Нет,
I won't bother you anymore.
Get lost.
разговоров новых нет. Начинается.
Oh no. It's starting again.
Опять
It's
начинается.
amazing. Everything's changing. Everything. Everything is mutating, and I haven't even moved. I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Давайте попробуем ломиком
What for?
на бочку.
I'd only end up denting the metal of the drums a little. What for?
Может попробовать что-то ребятам отдать? Вот, смотрите, у меня есть
Those
знак.
boys are expecting us tonight.
Нет.
Those boys are
Палка-копалка?
tonight.
Нет. Ну, ломик мы вряд ли
Those boys are
отдадим.
tonight.
Да. Ладно. С ней тоже получается. Нет смысла разговаривать. Лужа крови. Во, мы, наверное, теперь машину
Okay, let's see if
можем
I can open
открыть.
this. Got it.
Так. Отлично. Кресло водителя.
Let's see. I'm sure that if I tug on it a little. Good. The upholstery came off along with one of the elastic bands that was holding it to the seat.
Чехол на кресло. Резинка.
So, let's see. I just made a primitive homemade slingshot.
Ну, вообще, я хотела делать не рогатку. Ну, в принципе, ребятам пойдет. Да. Это можем ребятам отдать.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, kids.
We got Mom out of the house. Now what about that reward?
Да, у меня есть кое-что для вас.
Yes. I think I have something you might like. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. They're just kids. And this could get them into trouble. I know perfectly well what they're going to use it for, but their aim is amazing. And a little commotion on the camp fence could be a good thing for
Не, ну
everyone.
мне надо это
Besides,
сделать.
they want to do something for their father, and those pigs at the gate deserve a surprise.
What is it, Michael? Tell us, what is it?
Ну, тут дают шанс не давать им этот подарок. Но я понимаю, что они, скорее всего, да, какой-то отвлекающий маневр в итоге устроят, и я смогу на мотоцикле уехать. Ну, или хотя бы, не знаю, осмотреть этот мотоцикл. Там же есть кофр, к которому я не могу подойти. Ну,
I know it's
держите.
something you're really going to like. Here you go. It's a slingshot.
It's a slingshot.
Thank you, Michael. With this, we'll be able to hit the watchtowers.
Come on, let's try it.
Давай попробуем.
That'll teach you, pigs.
Лобысь. Даже так.
What's going on? I don't know. It must be something serious. Come on, let's go.
You hit him.
Haha, yes.
So what do we do now?
I don't know. We've got to get out of here. Quickly. Run!
Бежим.
I better take this with me. I'm not going to pick them up. I'm sure it took the kids a long time to collect all those rocks for their target practice. Besides, I bet my aim...
Не возьмет. Ладно. Ну, упал так упал.
Oh no. Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid while everything around me is
Может, тут
transformed.
есть выбор? Ну, не знаю. В квесте выбор.
Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Я не очень думаю, что в квестах, которые обычно прямолинейные, есть какой-то другой выбор развития сюжета. Это ж не какой-то там интерактивчик с выбором ответов. Перчатка.
Oh, shit. The key's not in the ignition. One of the soldiers on sentry duty must have it. Anyway, I should have figured as much.
Ключа зажигания нету. Нам он нужен. Так, вот интересно, куда они пошли. Опа, смотрите, этот ушел.
Hello again. What can I get for you?
I'm not.
Ничего новенького нету. У тебя есть что-нибудь новенькое?
Hi, Mike. So
Нет.
I should be
fine. Remember, no.
Ну, а этот тут больше не сидит. Этот сидит. А эти на месте? Эти все на месте. Так. Толстые кожаные перчатки.
And although I can get my hands into them, they're not exactly my size.
Перчатки. То есть, по идее, я, возможно, какие-то электрические провода или что-то такое смогу ими трогать. Может, это как раз вот к вот этому проводу электрический кабель.
This cable is insulated with plastic. There's no need to wear gloves to handle it.
А, его можно брать и без перчаток. Ну-ка, если мы пробуем
The cable's
его
too
это...
high. I can't reach it from
Не
here.
дотянуться. Угу.
It's the scrap of fabric that was used as a seat cover in the abandoned car. Dirty, damp, and mildewed. I'm afraid it's seen better days.
Чехол на кресло.
The seat cover, it's on its last legs. I'm not gonna ruin it even more. I doubt I'd accomplish anything using the piece.
С чем он интересен мне?
Okay.
Да нет.
It's impossible.
Так мы ничего не сделаем с тобой.
It doesn't look like it's having any.
Куда, интересно, этот ушел? Эти здесь.
The entire world has collapsed. Why would I care in the least about leaving fingerprints here?
Ну, монеты, наверное, нет смысла брать у них.
What exactly do you think you're doing? Just try putting those grubby little fingers on those coins, and we'll chop them off and use them for poker chips. Hey, will you quit bothering us already?
Где ж мне добыть вам денежки? Давайте, кстати, сохранимся. А, может попробовать через этот пройти?
I don't quite see how I could use this here.
Нет.
Better not. It's in such bad shape that the branches and thorns would end up tearing the fabric of this seat cover to pieces.
То есть все-таки нужен секатор. Вниз нам нужен свет.
I'm gonna need something that cuts better to hack a path through the vegetation that's blocking my way.
Нужно что-то поострее.
If I want to hack a path through this wall of...
Поострее стекла. Но не ржавый гвоздь.
Best not to waste time.
Нет. Может попробовать
This
выстрелить в
streetlight is
светофор?
several feet off the ground. I can't reach it.
Я не могу его достать.
This streetlight is several.
Что-то у меня пока нету мыслей. Что делать? Ну, получили мы, получается, перчатки. Что делать с перчатками?
A small military sentry box with no door.
Они, видать, ушли навсегда. Может попробовать
No doubt about it.
колючую
It
проволоку?
would only take the sentries a few seconds to fill me with lead if I tried to touch that barbed wire fence.
Угу. Окей. Я знаю, один квестик там было такое, что выбор прохождения давали, и на концовку повлияло. Только я проходила его на мобилке 3-4 года назад, название уже не вспомню. Но мне кажется, сейчас именно квестики, они делаются линейные. Хотя эта игра тоже не какая-то там прям современная. Цистерна, генератор. Может, что-то с ними
The seat
сделать?
cover doesn't strike me as the perfect gift for anyone.
Не самый лучший подарок.
Why would I want to do something like that? They could be the perfect projectile, but these nails would end up shredding the rubber band on the slingshot. Besides, something tells me I'm not very good at using these things. I don't see any need to nail anything to this. That wouldn't serve any purpose. There's no need to... I can't use... There's no need... I don't think... There's no... Better not.
Пока не понимаю, что делать дальше.
What for? Too many things in my life have already gone up in smoke. The entire world has been reduced to ashes. What for? I'm not going to give it to anyone. Then I...
Мне это еще пригодится. Что-то у меня пока нету идеи, как что использовать. Вроде как с церкви мы закончили. С больницей нам туда надо приехать на мотоцикле. От мотоцикла ключей нет. И вообще оттуда ушли люди вообще непонятно в каком направлении. То есть у меня нету этой локации. Это я не знаю, зачем я взяла. Зачем мне перчатки, я тоже не знаю. Рогатка, у нас нет снарядов, чтобы из нее стрелять. У меня была идея пострелять в светофор, но я не знаю зачем. Может, привлечь вот этих. У нас еще есть ломик, гвозди. Металлический знак тоже не понимаю, зачем.
There's no need to handle this with gloves on. Why would I want to do... There's no need to... That wouldn't serve... For now, I don't... I can't use... The sea... Besides, I hate the screen... This oven is empty, dirty, and abandoned. There's nothing left in there that could interest me.
Может попробовать.
Use this here? How?
А, смята. Вот это вот
What for? Cutting my...
нельзя забрать ткань себе. Трейлер, заброшенная машина, лачуги. Тут пока мысли нету. Привет, сороконожка. Врывается в дверь без стука. С ноги. Так снаряды для рогатки валялись там, где дети человека кокнули. Так я не могу их забрать. В том-то и дело, что он их не берет.
I'm not gonna pick them up.
Я не возьму
I'm sure
их.
it took the kids a long time to... Besides... Better not. In my clumsy hand, this slingshot is already dangerous enough unloaded.
Рогатка опасна в моих руках даже без снаряда. То есть он даже ее использовать не будет. То есть нам надо думать немножечко в другую сторону. То есть не как рогатка это сейчас, а, наверное, как просто ветка. Ну, то есть по назначению он ее использовать не будет. Вот. Скорее всего, просто можно будет что-то ею подпереть. То есть просто как палка. Так что нам даже, получается, снаряда не надо для нее искать. Он не будет ее использовать как рогатку.
One of the many towers that make it possible to survey the camp from above. It seems like the sentry in this one came down in a hurry.
В срочном порядке спустился. Я, кстати, только сейчас обратила внимание, что здесь вышек достаточно много. То есть прям следят вот за каждым шагом. Ну, наверное, плохо следят, раз никто не увидел, что ребята стрельнули в одного. Так, если я оставляю предметы...
I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here. This hole in the ground is steep walls of mud and earth. The distance to the bottom is several yards. How the hell was this cesspit formed? I suppose the rain has been flooding the pit little by little. This water is so dark you can't even see the bottom. The entire world is cold. I'm afraid I can't. The entire... It doesn't look... Even if I had a projectile handy, I consider myself rather clumsy. I just end up getting my fingers caught in the elastic. I don't quite see how I could use this here. Shoot over there. Even if I had a projectile handy, I consider myself rather clumsy. I just...
ну это то, что мне нет смысла там что-то делать. Он выкладывает ломик гвозди, когда туда погружается. Шлагбаум.
Use this here? Getting into a punching match... I don't think I'd gain... The entire world is collapsed.
Может,
I'm afraid I can't
палочкой
do that.
покопаться там.
Impossible. It's beyond my reach. The grate prevents me from getting there.
Ящик. Наверное, он имеет в виду прутья.
I doubt I'd accomplish anything. It doesn't look like it. What for? I'd only cutting my...
Владя, привет. Вадя притворяется спамером. Может, рогатка уже как улика с места преступления, чтобы детей не заподозрили. Ну, тут на самом деле даже ничего не расследуют, просто стреляют и все.
Would I gain anything by puncturing the tires of this motorcycle? I don't think so.
Нет, мы ничего не добьемся. Да.
I don't quite see how I could.
Я уже просто не знаю,
It's a damp and decrepit seat cover from the car. I don't see how I'd be able to.
Пойдемте в городе что-нибудь посмотрим.
That would be one way of getting into the house. But the noise of breaking glass would alert the soldiers posted nearby. I'd rather not think about what those savages would do to this old man. And me.
Можно положить вот чехол.
This quilted fabric fits the size of the window perfectly. Okay, let's try this. And let's cross our fingers that the seat cover absorbs the noise of the breaking glass. If the soldiers next door find me, they'll blow my head off without bothering to ask questions.
Совершенно тихо.
You've done it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm safe now. God bless you, stranger. You saved my life.
Take care of yourself, old man. And I don't have to tell you, don't open the door to strangers.
Так, он оставил кусачки. Мы что-то вроде как нашли и продвинулись. Хорошо, теперь у нас есть кусачки.
I couldn't open that door when I needed to. This home already has an owner.
Ставим его в покое. Так, окей. Думаем, куда нам приделать кусачки. Ой. Так. Кусачки, кусачки, кусачки. Кусачки, кусачки, кусачки. Еретик, привет. Что можно сделать с кусачками? Так, с церковью мы закончили. Здесь мы закончили. Здесь нам нужен свет. Точно.
Let's see what's on the other side of this hedge.
Опа.
No, please, these visions. My head.
You won't get any of his things. I won't allow it. Do you hear me?
Michael, is that you? Thank God we found you. It's me, Chris. Don't you recognize me? But there is a solution, Michael. All is not lost. There is still a possibility of salvation for us. For each and every one of us.
You have to stop this, Michael. You have to quit.
I can't do it.
It's destroying us, don't you see? It's killing us.
It's that demon inside me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. These visions are getting more intense all the time. The pain is unbearable. Who's Chris? Salvation is still possible, he said. Could that be true? And once again, that female voice has been haunting me since I woke up. Who is she? Why was she so distressed? What the hell happened to us? Or is going to happen to us?
Крис, человек из моего видения, сказал, что еще есть возможность спастись. Неужели это правда? Вообще, такое чувство было, что в нашем прошлом, ну, может, недалеком прошлом... Привет, Флаши. Попахивает ужастиком, но попахивает немножко больной головой. В общем, да. Больше было похоже на то, что у нас в прошлом было какое-то, не знаю, алкогольная зависимость, что ли, вот что-то такое. И вот эта вот девушка, возможно, наша девушка, возможно, наша жена, не знаю. Типа, пыталась нас отговорить, а доктор, возможно, его лечил, то, что, типа, вот ты можешь вылечиться от этой зависимости алкогольной. Мне кажется, он про это имел в виду, а не про то, что мир можно спасти. Вид на территорию больницы.
From here, I have a magnificent view of the hospital compound. In truth, the part that's visible from the road is only a fraction of it. The vegetation conceals a much larger area.
Хранилище бочек.
The trees and bushes conceal structures where hundreds and hundreds of metal barrels were being stored. Whatever's inside them, there must be thousands of gallons of it down there.
Так, давайте здесь сохранимся на всякий случай. Опа. А там внизу кто-то есть. Там люди. Люди, которые ухаживают за какими-то больными. Ну, типа врачей. Так, это обратно. Проволока под напряжением.
More of that barbed wire that adorns all the city's buildings. If I get up close enough, I can hear a slight buzz, a sure sign that this fence is electrified.
Полузакапанная пластина.
There's a flat metal object buried in the bushes, but I can't see it very well from this side of the fence.
Может, вот мне как раз-таки перчатки
Use
помогут.
this here? How? Okay, I'll wear the gloves to cut the electrified wire.
Ну или так. Нифига себе ты одним щелчком просто всю ограду снес. Быстро. Так, полузакопанная
Let's see what's
пластина.
down here. It's a trapdoor, and it looks like it hasn't been used in a long, long time.
Это мы сейчас сюда спустимся, да? А, нет, вот сюда. Ну, я уже слышу по крикам, что там всем все плохо. Скорее всего, вот их сюда и увозят. Так, я могу сюда пройти. Темная
This door
комната.
leads to a dingy back room. What the hell could be in here? I can hear the buzz of electricity coming from inside, but I can't figure out anything more without a little more light.
Ну, пойдемте вот сюда. Ну да. Все очень-очень плохо. Флуоресцентные лампы.
I can't look directly into them. These lights are so bright that it seems like day in here. It must take an enormous amount of electricity to maintain this building. That explains the number of barrels out there. That's where the fuel is stored, that they need to run all the compound's generators.
Перила.
Great. It's a hell of a drop, and the railing wobbles when you touch it. Awesome. Wait a minute though. Isn't the idea of installing this to make it safe for people to cross from one side to the other?
Помост. Кислота. Вентиляционная шахта. Ой, и решетка, ну там шахта за ней. Центральный зал.
What is this
Ой,
place?
господи.
Where the devil am I? It seems like the small building at the ground level is just camouflage. The most important part is here underground. Are all of them dissolved? How many patients can there be packed in here? Dozens? Hundreds? This is horrible.
Якобс Ладер. Получено достижение. Я так понимаю, что тут, скорее всего, те, которые вот этими всем занимаются, врачи, они, я не знаю, либо у них иммунитет ко всему этому, либо они уже зараженные, потому что тут нету никого в каких-то костюмах и так далее. То есть, а нам говорили, что это все вроде как, ну, если рядом стоишь, то это передается. Особенно вот, ну, я так понимаю, что прям совсем вплотную, если стоишь. То есть, ну, воздушно-капельным какая-то там часть все-таки передается. Помост.
It doesn't look that safe. My knees are knocking just walking over it. This catwalk just revealed something to me about my former life, that I have a tremendous fear of heights.
Что мне не очень нравится туда идти. Кислота.
A container covered in dust. It's not properly closed. The label says hydrofluoric acid.
Давай заберем. Вентиляционная решетка.
It's the only exit on this side of the catwalk. A ventilation hole covered with a grate. It doesn't look promising, but any place is better than this gateway to hell where I am now. Let's see if this grate can be removed. Perfect. It looks like this hole leads to a passageway on the other side.
Так, предлагаю сохраниться. Смотрите, как прикольно сделано. То есть у нас есть часть картинки, но при этом здесь мы не видим. Но можем сюда зайти. Давайте сначала все осмотрим. Формуляры.
There's a bunch of papers stuck to the door of the closet. There seems to be some type of bureaucratic form among them.
Протокол операции отряда номер 1936. Медперсонал 2, армейский персонал 2, расчетное время 3 часа. Навигатор. Введите полный адрес искомой локации. Установите последнее обновление геобазы. Тест на инфекцию. Зеленый не инфицирован, красный инфицирован. Дальнобойные винтовки в главном арсенале собрано. Основные цели. Максимальный риск. Седра Адриан. Так, мне интересно, надо это осмотреть?
Military personnel, GPS, targets, rifles. I'm afraid what's described on these pages doesn't have very much to do with typical medical activities in a hospital.
Так. Испания, Малайзия.
Military personnel.
То же самое говорит. Угу. Дальше. Франция, Нью-Йорк. Нам не надо кого-то конкретного найти, нет? О, какой-то Андромеда Штрайн, как-то так. Я так понимаю, это, возможно, разработчики. Что-то мне так кажется. Что, возможно, это разработчики. Железный шкаф.
The handle that opens this rusty monstrosity looks worn out. It looks like this closet is used frequently, and with very little care.
Черный пакет.
It's an enormous, wrinkled plastic bag that looks like it wants to escape from the cart's trash can.
Тележка
It's sagging
уборщика.
from the weight, and so dilapidated that I doubt this janitor's cart has many more trips left in it.
Давайте заберем пакет. Теперь у нас есть пакет.
It has a side zipper that's open. The lining of the bag is damp and sticky. What the hell could they have been keeping inside it?
Не спрашивай.
Hydrofluoric acid. What's a chemical like this doing inside a medical facility? The smell alone is giving me a headache.
Кислота. Может, они трупы кислотой сжигают, типа, чтобы зараза не распространялась, то есть, типа, остались только одни кости. Хотя в целом они могут и трупы сжигать. Ну, хотя, может, это не так эффективно, как кислотой.
A tiny lock is preventing me from opening the door, and despite its size, it seems to be very strong.
У нас есть ломик.
I'm not going to open it this way. I don't see any cracks in the door big enough to get any leverage.
Даже так.
The bolt cutters are very worn. I'm not going to waste energy using them
Ой,
without good
какой
reason.
ты ворчун. Просто.
It won't open
Заливай.
that way.
Да в смысле не получится? Кислотой. Ни ломиком, ни кусачками. То есть это шкаф, который реально можно чем-то из этих трех вскрыть. Ну ладно, нет так нет. Спуск в главный зал.
Judging by the horrible noise coming from the other side, this door must lead to the vast hall where the dissolved are going through their final agony. As Reverend Blake might say, a stairway down to the very bowels of the underworld.
Давайте попробуем сохраниться и туда сходить.
Better not. I'm an intruder in this building, and it's under the Army's control. Going down to the main hall of the hospital would be walking straight into the lion's den.
Хорошо. Плакат.
The future is in our hands. Collaborate, rebuild, report. From the text, I'd say this poster must have been part of a government campaign launched after the Great Wave.
А может, тестеры или спонсоры? Ворчун, переплюнувший Кейт Уолкер. Мне кажется, вот в плане тестеров, ну, как-то маловато. Нет? Вот, на разработчиков похоже. Я так года 3 назад после тренировки хотела срезать дорогу и случайно зашла во двор больницы склеротиков. Потом решила, что ну нафиг, пошла нормально в обход. В скользящем мире тоже ГГ все время ныл. Но он тут не то что ноет, но... Да. Опа. Открытый шкаф.
Unlike his neighbors, this door is hanging open. All I see inside are remnants of stickers and torn photographs. It looks like someone left in a hurry, without even saying goodbye.
Шкафчики.
A row of anonymous ramshackle lockers. I get the impression that everything in here could fall apart at any moment. Maybe in solidarity with those poor unfortunates screaming in the main hall.
Деревянная скамья.
Benches in front of the lockers. Typical locker room. And so is this musty smell of old sweat and dirty socks that permeates this entire room.
Плакат.
More of that official propaganda. Your silence is the enemy. Help the cleanup brigades is the slogan of this poster.
Держите отряды очистки. Мусор и
The
окурки.
floor of this place is one big revolting ashtray. It's a little disconcerting to note that cleanliness is not exactly a top priority in the hospital.
Какая тут может быть чистота? Ты видел, что творится внизу? Система
We must be
вентиляции.
very deep underground, and the blades of this fan are barely turning at half speed. That explains why the air down here is almost unbreathable.
Стеклянный шкаф.
This glass cabinet has dozens of medications stored inside, classified by type: antibiotics, anti-inflammatory drugs, diuretics, and, painkillers. Locked, of course. I'm starting to get annoyed with this sense of ownership I see in all the people with closets, lockers, and other storage furniture in this city.
Вот тут придется взламывать вот
Why would I want to put this in there?
всем чем угодно
I'd rather use a
взламывай.
key to open this case, but I'm a bit short on time. So,
Who is it? Who's there?
excuse me,
What are you doing here? Have you come to steal something? Take one more step and I'll call the soldiers.
No, wait, please, don't do that.
Security, this is Nurse Uma Grundy. I need you to come right away.
No, wait!
Уже вызвала. Все. Не выдавай меня, если солдаты меня обнаружат, меня убьют. Красть? Нет, ты ошибаешься, я не вор. Но мы вор. Я думала, что на первом месте у медиков спасение жизни. Ты собираешься меня угробить. Минутку, ты сказала Ума? Сестра Ума? Что-то нам, по-моему, говорили про нее, нет? Давайте вот это последнее.
Wait a minute, did you say Uma? Nurse Uma?
Yes, that's my name.
Wait, please don't turn me in. I know your father. I saved his life just a few hours ago. They were going to deport him to the refugee camp, but I was able to stop it.
My God, did you say my father? Tell me, how is he? Has anything happened to him?
Don't worry, Uma. He's safe. He told me about you and your work in this place. He was worried. He'll want to know that you're all right. Wait, please don't turn me in.
This is Nurse Uma Grundy. It turned out to be a false alarm. You don't have to come, thank you.
Thank you, Uma. You did the right thing. My name is Michael.
But now you should explain why you burst in here like that. What are you looking for, Michael?
I came to get medicine. I need a cure for the dissolved.
Cure? There's no such thing. You won't find it here or anywhere else. The authorities distributed a memo among the medical staff months ago. I'm sure you can still find a copy of it around here somewhere. It told us that they've definitely abandoned the search for a medicine. You made a mistake risking your life to get in here. The only thing we store here is pain. This place is a tomb for those poor infected devils, but also for the people who work here. I'm sorry, Michael. The dissolved are condemned to death.
No, they can't be. There has to be a solution. A cure. Oh, man. Poor Rod. Poor Colin.
Блин, я помню, что она чья-то дочка, но... Блин, чья... Мы спасли его отца, ее отца. Я пытаюсь вспомнить, как выглядит ее отец, и я забыла просто, как он выглядит. Это, наверное, тот, которому мы жилье искали. Тот старичок. Вот. Это, наверное, он. Да. Так, но я слышал, в лагере беженцев говорят, что здесь производится и хранится какое-то лекарство.
But I heard in the refugee camp, they said a cure is being produced and stored here. Well, if that's not the case, what's the purpose of a building like this?
The army deliberately keeps that rumor about a possible cure alive. You see, as long as people still have some hope left, it is much easier to control the city more effectively. But it's a lie.
I understand.
This medical center was built just after the Great Wave, taking advantage of some abandoned underground facilities. That was when the authorities were beginning to work on their project to rebuild the city. They told us the building was going to be used to take in the first patients. Of course, we had no idea the disease would become so widespread. I left my job in a clinic downtown to come here. I wanted to lend a hand. They demanded total confidentiality about our work to avoid causing panic in the population. Not even my father knew what we were really doing in here.
Yes. He told me that when I asked him about this place.
At first, we treated the patients with great care. There was medicine to ease their suffering and even research into a possible cure. Everything was going smoothly.
And then what happened?
Things started to go wrong. When the number of patients multiplied, we couldn't keep up. And then we began to run out of even the most basic supplies. And that was when the army took over complete control of the center.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Then they sealed off the building. No one was allowed to leave, not even us. We doctors and nurses have been shut in here for months, isolated without even a glimpse of daylight. They say it's for security reasons. It's for our own safety. Oh yeah. Now our medical care is limited to wrapping up the patients in plastic bags, like the ones they use to transport cadavers, and then simply waiting for them to die, doing what little we can do to ease their suffering. Then we dispose of their remains, dissolving the black bags in acid for decontamination. And that's about it. That's all we can do with the resources we have, and sometimes it's just too much to bear.
Ну, вот как я и предположила, что они кислотой избавляются от трупов, да, чтобы зараза не распространялась на них. Обречены, я слышал, как они кричат от боли. Что в действительности происходит с тающими?
Condemned to die. I heard their cries of pain out there. What really happens to the dissolved?
These people suffer the most excruciating pain and die in the most horrible way I've ever seen. The first symptoms are bouts of nausea and fainting, which become more frequent and prolonged as the disease progresses, until in the end their entire metabolism enters a state of shock. Then their entire cell structure dissolves. It simply disintegrates. There's no medical explanation. It just happens. But there's something even stranger about the disease.
What could be stranger than what you just told me?
The dissolved become erratic, unpredictable, eccentric. They're uncontrollable. That's why the army fears them. They're afraid of their unpredictable behavior. but also of their strange messages. So the sole function of this place is to keep them locked away, hidden, and under the army's control, until death takes them off their hands, one by one. It's also why people who harbor the dissolved are punished, and it's also the reason for the existence of the cleanup brigades.
Какие послания оставляют тающие? Ну, как я и предположила еще вот на первом, наверное, стриме вроде как. Ну да, это уже у нас второй стрим, да, на прошлом стриме. Предположила, что они все-таки немножечко другими людьми становятся, то есть более какой-то другой, не знаю, расы или более разумной расы, чем просто люди. Но я думала, что они просто контролируют больных, чтобы не допустить эпидемии.
But I thought they were just controlling the patients to keep the disease from spreading.
But that's a lie, a blatant lie. The spread of the disease is accelerating. The number of cases is multiplying every day. But it's not contagious. We doctors and nurses have been treating the sick for months, in direct contact with them and their remains. And the rate of contagion among us is no higher than out there. The army is lying.
Ну вот, она подтвердила, что это ложь. Понятно.
We don't know, Michael. No one knows. What we do know is that it's not caused by direct contact with the victims. There's another reason for the Army's secrecy about the dissolved. Fear. It's human nature to fear the unknown. We tend to panic when faced with something we don't understand. And this damn disease is more than any of us can handle.
Вообще, она столько всего рассказала про эту болезнь, но в целом я не увидела каких-то вот какого-то медицинского оборудования у них такого, чтобы они могли с помощью этого оборудования изучить вот так досконально болезни, как она сказала, что там у них вот это происходит, как там органы внутренние начинают разлагаться, как они так внешне определяют, если никаких, вот этих медицинских аппаратов нету, чтобы это выявить, что у них какие-то органы там растворяются, типа вот они тают. Но что делает тающих такими опасными и непредсказуемыми?
What is it that makes the dissolve so unpredictable and dangerous?
They know, Michael. You probably think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, they know. They talk about events no one else knows about. They sense things. They bring back information from the places they go. And they talk to the dead there, Michael. They communicate with the dead. They know, Michael. That's all.
They're just sick people, Uma.
No! They're more than just ordinary sick people. You wouldn't talk like that if you had been living with them, and their messages and their prophecies all these months.
Минуточку. Ты сказала, что тающие пророчествуют?
Wait a minute. Did you just say the dissolved make prophecies?
Let me tell you a story. When I first came to the center, I became friendly with a patient, a 13-year-old girl. All the time I was taking care of her, she never stopped chatting. She told me all about the underground highways. She said she went there every day.
Underground highways?
She said they all went there when they lost consciousness. Obviously, I felt great pity for the girl, but in time I also came to feel tremendous fear. I was afraid of that poor, hopeless child. Her visions, her dreams, her messages terrified me. And then one night she sat down next to another patient, an older woman who looked surprisingly healthy. According to our calculations, this woman still had a few months to live. The woman had just lost consciousness. "Leave me alone with her," the girl said to me. "It won't be long now." And she took the woman's hand. And just seconds later, the woman started to dissolve, shrieking and writhing in pain, until there was nothing left of her but a puddle of brown, viscous liquid. The girl turned to me and said, "I knew she was leaving us, and I didn't want her to go alone. That would have been very sad, wouldn't it, Uma?" The girl's face was still dripping with the remains of the patient. She knew what was going to happen, Michael. She saw it. From then on, my fear became uncontrollable. I felt defenseless next to her.
I understand.
Finally, my panic was so great that I refused to go anywhere near her. And I even, God forgive me, I felt secretly relieved when she herself finally dissolved. They know, Michael, and that's why they're so dangerous to the people in power now.
Не, ну в целом мы, конечно, тоже видим частично прошлое, частично будущее, но что-то вот... Я бы не сказала, что, возможно, мы тающий, возможно, мы какой-то другой вид, подвид, не знаю, как это правильно назвать. Потому что, да, мы видим и прошлое, и будущее, при этом вроде как с нами все в порядке, мы не разлагаемся, там вроде не корчимся от боли. Ну, больно, когда видение, я так понимаю, да. А так, в целом, мы типа обычный человек. Глаза у нас не красные, как у того мальчика. Группа очистки, ты видела, что они творят? Это не знак вопроса, да, это точка. Вскрытие показывает, наверное. Ну если вот вскрывают, тогда да. Откуда столько кислоты? Сжигать не проще? Ну, кислота, вот как она сказала, кислота обеззараживает, поэтому именно кислотой избавляются. То есть сначала могут быть боли, как подготовка организма к таянию, потом наступает момент, и тело просто устает бороться, и начинается процесс. Мне кажется, у них постепенно разрушаются, возможно, какие-то органы внутри, поэтому, им с каждым разом становится больно, потому что, органы уходят, наверное, так. А потом, в конце концов, они просто вот, как она сказала, в лужицу превращаются. То есть уже и ткани, и кожа, все растворяется. Группа очистки, ты видела, что они творят?
The cleaning brigades. I've seen how they behave.
They're savages. I despise them. They're like predatory animals, heartless and unscrupulous. The rest of the staff refuses to share the facilities with them, so their lockers are out in the hallway. That's where they keep everything they need for their hunting expeditions. The GPSs, the disease detection tests, their ID badges. Each unit is made up of 2 soldiers, 1 doctor, and 1 nurse. I mean, doctors and nurses collaborating with those bloodthirsty animals? But then they say, what do you want? It's our job, and somebody's got to do it.
Yes, that phrase sounds familiar. It's bone-chilling. Police and criminals using exactly the same words to justify their actions. You gotta do what you gotta do. That seems to be the slogan of the executioners of this new world.
Talk to my father, Michael. Tell him that I'm all right, that he shouldn't worry, that we'll be seeing each other soon, very soon.
Морфий, да, мне надо забрать морфий, если она будет не против. Зажженная лампа.
The nurse's silhouette seems to fade in the light of this lamp. I'm afraid that after so many months cooped up in here, Uma is nothing more than a ghost now.
Ветхий стол.
A very old piece of furniture. Completely worm-eaten. Its decrepitude stands out even in this locker room. Let's see. Inside I only see dust and old papers and a tiny key.
Маленький ключик от шкафчика. 100%. Да. И морфий.
In the middle of all the broken glass and stored in the compartment for painkillers, there's a vial labeled oral morphine.
Она не против, что мы тут немножечко забрали. Так, давайте сохранимся. Откроем шкафчик.
Let's see if it's the key to this closet. Bingo!
Шкаф группы очистки. Деревянный ящик. Набор тестов на инфекцию.
I see a yellow bucket in here with medical waste, with a handful of what seem to be tests for detecting the dissolved.
Угу. Тесты для выявления тающих. То есть мы, в принципе, можем отдать это Колину.
I'm not going to take any. A small red LED is blinking in all
на
of
всех
them,
горит
an
маленький
unmistakable
красный.
sign that they've been used.
Ясно. Ясно.
A mysterious crate with several objects inside.
Телефон. Бирка. Папка. Что-то как-то я много слишком взяла, мне кажется. Деревянный
A
ящик.
rather large plywood crate. It used to hold some of the cleanup brigade's work tools.
Навигатор.
According to one of the cleanup brigade's forums, this is the device they use to navigate during their raids. Sort of like an electronic map. It looks like some satellites are actually still working after the Great Wave. Something I could easily confirm if this contraption had batteries in it.
Угу. Батареек нету. У меня нет батареек для навигатора. Где же их найти? Или кто бы мог их добыть для меня? Ну, скорее, кто бы мог их добыть для меня. Пропуск.
Authorized vehicle pass. It's the ID that allows the cleanup brigades to get in and out of the hospital compound in their macabre ambulances. From what I can tell, the army can pump you full of lead if you try to come through the gate without one of these.
То есть можно попробовать показать пропуск на входе на главном. Отчет о лекарстве.
It's an internal army memo for the hospital's medical staff. The report talks about the failure to develop a cure for the dissolved, and what's even worse, the decision to finally abandon the search for one.
Так, окей. Потопали отсюда. Мне не нравится этот звук. Вроде все в порядке. Так, что, попробуем? Давайте, наверное, сначала сохранимся. Попробуем показать пропуск.
The guards were clear. Motor vehicles only. ID or not, I have no intention of exposing myself to their bullets unless I'm on 2 or 4 wheels.
А, то есть мне нужен пропуск и машина. Все, ясно. Окей. Опа.
The street is even more desolate and silent than it was before. I guess while I was in the subterranean hospital for the dissolved, the soldiers called the curfew.
Да, скорее всего, комендантский час начался. И тут уже церковь закрыли, эти ушли. С сестрой можно поговорить, смотрите-ка.
A small group of Reverend Blake's followers are keeping his sister company, heads bowed and dispirited. She meditates in silence, resigned and exhausted. Considering the mental state of Reverend Blake, I guess it falls to her to take care of him night and day.
Давайте поговорим с ней.
What are you doing out here, ma'am? What's the matter?
It's my brother. He's disappeared. We don't know where he is.
What do you mean he's disappeared?
Well, we haven't seen him since he spoke to you, since he ran out of the church. We've been searching for him for hours and can't find him anywhere.
And you don't have any idea where he might have gone?
No, he simply ran out of the door, completely out of control. I've never seen him so upset. And we haven't heard anything from him since. I just know that something terrible has happened to him. My brother is very sick and he shouldn't be out there alone and unprotected. I fear the worst.
Calm down. There's no reason to think that anything has happened to him.
I have a feeling that something awful has happened. I'm sure of it. Besides, the soldiers have already called the curfew. If they find him on the street alone and lost, in his condition, my brother is a very beloved and respected person. But those beasts don't care who he is.
I understand.
We have to get off the street. Please, if you see my brother, tell him to come home. Tell him we're waiting for him.
Of course. I'll do that.
Так, окей. Надо будет найти брата. А, при этом я могу зайти. Смотрите-ка. Но тут никого нету. Смысла, наверное, не сильно много. При этом солдаты ушли.
This home already has an owner. Let's leave him in peace.
Не будем, да, заходить, получается, говорить. Опа. Давайте сохранимся.
The camp is closed, Rat. Get away from the gate.
But I have to come in. It's urgent. What happened?
There's no understanding you worms. Always wanting to get out of here. Once you're outside, you're dying to get back in. One of our soldiers was killed, and the camp will remain closed until the matter is cleared up. So take a hike.
There was an attack?
Yes. Someone hit one of the sentries in the watchtowers with a rock and made him fall out. He was killed instantly. Luckily, it seems there was a witness who saw the perpetrators launch the projectile, and they have been detained. But we never trust the testimony of a rat, so we're waiting for the criminals to confess, or for the murder weapon to turn up.
I don't think it's going to take very long to get the truth out of these kids. Or to find the weapon they used to commit the crime.
Good God. What have I done? I knew I shouldn't have gotten them mixed up in this. But they're just a couple of scared kids. Don't you see that? What are you planning on doing with them?
Killing an official is punishable by death, and martial law is quite clear in this respect. They acted as adults, and they will pay for their actions as adults. As soon as they confess, or we find the weapon they used to commit the crime, we'll take care of matters. Do you have a problem with the law being enforced?
You're nothing but a gang of warped psychopathic pigs.
One more word and I'll blow your head off right now, bastard. I couldn't care less what privileges that bracelet might give you. Get out of my sight.
Those pigs are gonna kill the boys, and it'll be my fault. I'll be responsible for their deaths. I can't let that happen. I have to do something, and fast. But what?
Я надеюсь, что это не на время. Давайте на всякий случай сохранимся, если это вдруг будет на время. Вот, потому что нас, получается, вот как раз отпустили, и вроде как играет музыка, и, скорее всего, сейчас идет время. То есть, если я ничего не сделаю, то что-то произойдет. Так, а что мы записали? Крис, человек из моего видения, сказал, что еще... Так, это не то. Нужно выручить детей крота из передряги, в которую я их втянул. Я не позволю, чтобы по моей вине ребята погибли. Я могу попробовать дать рогатку.
Rifles against slingshots. That would be a real tight contest. I'm not going to be able to get through the barrier. The army will keep the camp entrance closed until they find whoever killed the watchtower sentry.
Так, ну, допустим, я могу...
If I don't prevent it, those bastards in uniform are going to execute the boys. For God's sake, I have to think of some way to save them, and I have to do it now.
Погоди, то есть мне намекают на то, что мне нельзя уходить, или что?
The acid won't melt these bars.
Кислота не разъест прутья.
In the distance.
Подожди, я тогда не понимаю.
I'm not going to give this up just like that. Even though I already have, I think I can get...
Да, вроде музыка закончилась.
I prefer to hold on to it. Unless dissolution is imminent, there's no point in wrapping these people up in the plastic bag.
Походу, я знаю, для кого черный пакет.
I think this object is too... Besides...
Нет батареек.
I don't think I'd gain any... Shoot over there, even if I had a projectile handy. I consider myself...
Что-то я не понимаю. То есть, рогатка-то у меня, но я отдать ее не могу. Кусачками прутья попробовать?
Impossible. If these bolt cutters didn't have any effect on the chain of
Кусачки не
padlock, I
справились
doubt
с
they're
цепью
going
и
to get anywhere
замком.
with these
Сомневаюсь,
bars
что им
either.
под силу эти прутья. И вообще странно, что даже кислота тут ни в чем не помогает. Я так понимаю, что черный пакет все-таки для мальчика, и нужно будет его залить кислотой, чтобы растворить. Скорее всего, так. Морфином женщине нужно отдать. Я так полагаю, что пока что мне сюда еще рановато. Надо что-то сделать с ребятами.
Time is running out for those
Господи,
poor kids.
я аж
And if I don't stop
испугалась.
it, I'll have their death on my conscience. Come on, Michael. You have to do something. You have to do something.
Я стараюсь, я думаю. Не торопи меня.
They could be the perfect projectile, but these nails would end up shredding their rubber band on the besides. Something tells me I'm not very.
Так, если
I
я
don't
их
see any need to
кусачками
nail anything to
откушу.
this. I don't think doing this.
Нет. Деревянный
Since it's made of
ящик.
wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? I'm afraid I can't do that.
Я могу туда
Better
что-нибудь прибить.
It's just a simple written report. Why would I want to do something? I came out of it. A crate made of flimsy.
Не, погоди.
Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what?
Он говорит о том, что можно гвоздями к ящику что-то прибить.
I could try to use the nails to join them. I could try to use. I could try to use. I don't see any need. That wouldn't. Reduce this box to splinters and. I don't see any need. I can't use these two. I don't see any need. I don't think. I came out. I don't see. I came out. Better not. I don't.
Нет, 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 нет. Ну, явно соединить надо будет гвозди и ящик.
Although, according to Nurse Uma, the purpose of this acid is to dissolve plastic bags like this one. I don't want to be without it. I have no doubt this subway sign is already broken enough. Why would I want to do something like that?
Может быть, гвозди сначала с чем-то.
I don't see any
Гвозди.
need to nail anything. That wouldn't. I don't see. I can't. No doubt.
Ну,
They could be the perfect projectile. Besides,
ну, вот он говорит, что получились бы неплохие снаряды,
I don't
но
see any need to nail
гвозди
anything.
сломают вот эту
I don't think doing
резинку.
this. Since it's made, I don't see any. Better not. It's useless. Scratching the glass. Besides, I don't see any need to. Why would I? I don't see any need to.
М-м. Возможно, у меня даже этой вещи нету пока что, которую можно будет прибить. Возможно, получится что-то вроде ловушки.
How long were those ants before?
Ай.
Gee. I'm afraid I can't. I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but throwing acid on them could get. I'd rather not do.
Я заработаю кучу новых проблем. Ну, в целом тут, конечно, подойдет перебор простой. То есть, допустим, у нас есть стена, шлагбаум, высохшее русло. Сюда я не могу пройти, грунтовая дорога, колючая проволока.
That would be suicide. The guards would blow my head off the minute I tried it.
Что тут можно соединить в целом?
That wouldn't serve any purpose. Shoot over there. Even if I had a. It doesn't look like it's. Rifles against slingshots. Even if I.
Что-то я пока не понимаю. Я так понимаю,
Not until
что
they-
я отсюда даже уйти не могу. А, не, я могу уйти отсюда. Мне, может, и здесь сначала что-то надо сделать.
What for? Too many things. How long were those animals in uniform before they're jeez.
Он просто напоминает, что надо вернуться туда.
This acid is highly flammable. I don't quite see how I could use this here. The only thing I'd achieve by doing that... Use this here?
Ну и в целом тут даже никого и нету.
No, I have to save the mole's boys. And going back into the garden, I have to do something for... No,
То есть меня не пускают туда. Угу.
The only thing I'd achieve by doing that... What for? Too many things in my life.
Тоже нет. Ну, тут у меня мыслей нет никаких. Возможно, попробовать здесь что-то потыкать.
Impossible. It's beyond... How long were those before they're cheap?
Мешают прутья.
I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Чего не получится. Я пока даже на
I
самом
don't see how to
деле
use the morphine with this.
не знаю, как разрешить эту ситуацию. То есть, ну, возможно, на кого-то другого свалить. Но людей у нас нет. Избавиться от оружия не поможет. Сдать оружие тоже, на мой взгляд, не поможет. То есть, ну, я отдам оружие, признают, что это они сделали, их расстреляют. То есть, если свалить на кого, на кого? На себя, так меня убьют. Рогатку подкинуть кому-нибудь? Тому, что в домике? В каком домике? Который там, так там же нету взаимодействий. Или типа вот сюда вставить. Выстрелить.
What for?
Ну, тут даже взаимодействовать не с чем.
This street light is several feet off the...
Не могу достать. Да нет, я не знаю, как ее использовать.
Even if I had a projector... Use this here? Even if I...
Выстрелить. Я не очень уверена, что нужно от нее избавляться. Ой, а там кто?
Wait a minute. There's something floating in the pit, but I can't see what it is from up here.
Это случайно не ее брат там?
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight. Jesus! It's the corpse of Reverend Blake!
Huh?
His neck is broken. In his delirium, he must not have seen the rope I left tied around the tree. It must have fallen from the top when he was trying to get down here. But what the hell was he looking for here? How long will those animals in uniform wait before shooting those boys?
Ой, твои мальчики вот тут вообще не в тему сейчас. Мне тут вообще совершенно другое. Лицо преподобного Блейка.
He still has the same grimace of terror as when he ran out of the church. What made him go mad? I don't care anymore. I'm afraid he took the answer with him to the grave. What's that? There's something sticking out of the Reverend's jacket pocket. Let's see what's in here.
Визитка.
A damp, moldy business card. It's almost illegible, but it looks like it's from a place called Beechwood Oracle. Most of the text is too worn off to read. All you can make out of it is an address. 24 Mammothswood Street.
Слушайте, так у нас был вот этот вот буковый оракул. Женский голос, что разбудил меня. Что такое буковый оракул? Я, правда, не помню, что она конкретно там говорила. Но что-то там, да, было про буковый оракул. Так, ну окей, я его нашла. Я поняла, надо ему...
It's the corpse of Reverend Blake. He has a broken neck. He must have slid down from the top of the earthen wall trying to get down here. Good idea. I could use Reverend Blake as a scapegoat to protect those children. On the other hand, him being one of the most famous and respected men in the city, I doubt anyone would believe my story if I accused him of attacking the sentry in the tower. How long will those animals in uniform wait before shooting those... Jesus!
Не факт, что поверят. То есть... Надо его изуродовать.
Very hard. But those children are innocents in all this. And those ruthless savages are about to kill them in cold blood. I have no other choice. God damn it! Had the visions again! Not now. I have to do this. I've got to do this. My head!
You've got to stop this, Michael. I can't stand it anymore. This has to end.
I can't help it. It's that demon. You know I can't help it.
Please, Michael. Please. Make it stop.
Yes. That tiny cowardly demon. I remember. That brutal sensation of acid running through your veins. Corroding. Little by little. Anything good and decent you might have left inside you. Turning it into pain, rot, and emptiness.
Частично обезображенное лицо преподобного Блейка.
I've disfigured his face, but not enough. He's still identifiable.
Так, окей. У нас кислота закончилась.
I remember it. I remember. I can smell it, feel it, touch it.
No, please, don't do it. No!
That cowardly demon. That dark and intimate specter that only you know. That gains strength in this new world. Digging its claws into your soul like a jagged piece of glass. Whispering in your ear that what you're doing is right. Because nobody has the authority to tell you otherwise. Good God, what have I done? What have I done? Why are you showing me this? Please, answer me. Who was I before the catastrophe? Before the world collapsed? Do I really want to know? God, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of myself.
Полностью обезображенное лицо преподобного Блейка.
There's no time for guilt. To save those children, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Damn it! I'm starting to sound like the hunter.
Ух. О, кстати, не красная теперь. А, нет, красная.
I'll get my stuff.
А нормально, что мы все в крови, да? Это было жестко. Это прям как хоррор какой-то. Ой, ладно, давайте поговорим. Надеюсь, не прикопаются.
They're innocent. You've got the wrong people.
What are you insinuating, rat? You better have a good reason for saying something like that, or we'll splatter your brains all over the wall of shame, and then use the kids for target practice.
I know who the guilty party is. I know who committed the crime. And I know where he is.
Hey, we've got to hear this. Start talking, rat.
Okay. Here goes. I hope those pigs take the bait, because if they find out the truth, I'm a dead man. The murderer was a deranged man I met in the city a few hours ago. He told me he was desperate, tired of the humiliation and violence he had to face every day. He was determined to do something crazy. I didn't believe him at the time, but now I see that he wasn't kidding. After the attack, he committed suicide by jumping into the cesspit next to the camp road. You'll find him there. His face is unrecognizable from hitting the rocks and scraping against the rubble. But I'm sure you'll find the murder weapon next to his body.
We'll check out your story and see if it holds up.
We're approaching what looks like a body. It looks like that worm was right. Over.
What a mess. What the hell happened to his face?
Meh, who cares? We found the guilty party with the murder weapon. Let those kids go. And unlock the camp gate. Over.
You can come in now, rat.
Так, окей. Давайте сохранимся. Мне бы, конечно, одежду поменять.
Hello, Michael. Did you see us out there with the soldiers? They were pointing their rifles at us, but we didn't squeal on you. We're two brave, strong men, aren't we?
Молодцы.
Well, we did cry a little. Shut up.
Of course you are. I'm proud of you. When you're grown up, everyone will know that you two can be trusted.
Grown up? But that's not going to be for a long time. Yeah, besides, our mom says that's not going to happen. There's no future for anyone. Not for us either.
Don't pay any attention to what people say. You should only worry about taking care of each other. That's the only thing that matters now, okay? I gotta get going. Goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, Michael. Goodbye, Michael.
Goodbye, Michael. Так, держи.
I brought the morphine for your husband, just as I promised. This woman in this house gave me the chills. Let's get this over with as soon as possible.
So you've come for your money. Is that it, you rat?
You offered it to me. I didn't ask for anything in return.
No, you're right. Yeah, I guess you've earned it. That's what we agreed. I'm an honest woman. I think you have a very wrong impression of me. Take your money, Michael.
All right, thank you and good luck. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around the camp.
Wait! Michael, is it money that you want? I have more money. I still have some savings. Those camp rats didn't manage to take it all.
Денег.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Зачем мне столько денег?
I don't understand.
My husband is about to die. Without him, we'll be nobodies. Me and the kids. The soldiers don't even show us any respect anymore. A while ago, they broke in here to take them away, with no explanation. And it didn't matter to them in the least whose children they were. But if you stay here, all that could change. I still have some contacts. I could arrange for you to become the new camp mole. You're not like the rest of those rats out there, Michael. You're one of us. We'd be important again. We'd keep our privileges. Or do you want to be just another beggar in this sewer? I can't lower myself to that. I'd do anything. Stay here with us, Michael.
No. I don't doubt for a second that this woman would be capable of anything, like a cornered scorpion. I don't think that would be a good idea. It would be better for me to leave. Take good care of those boys. They're good kids.
Yeah, get out of here, you disgusting rat. You're all alike. In this camp, all you rats are alike. I don't need you. I don't need any of you. You're just waiting to see us fall. But I won't give you the satisfaction, you disgusting rats. I'll do what I have to do. But you won't see me crawling around in the trash like you.
A cornered scorpion, surrounded by flames that are closing in. I think it would be best not to speak to this woman ever again. She could be dangerous.
Сложная женщина, очень сложная. То есть сначала она к нам плохо, потом нормально, потом очень хорошо, давай жить вместе, будешь новым кротом. Потом все, ты мне не нужен, мне никто не нужен. Какая она непостоянная. Соглашайся. Не-не-не, я не хочу, спасибо. Деньги-то, вот денег, у нее куча денег, у нее еще есть деньги. Для чего? Для чего этому миру уже не нужны деньги? Не, я понимаю, что я пойду сейчас их просаживать, чтобы с девкой увидеться, да. Давайте сохранимся. Скорее всего, придется играть. Нате.
I brought money. Let me see Rose.
Hey, this is a lot of dough, pal.
So, is it enough?
More than enough. This'll get you into Rose's van for the rest of the night. All you can eat. Have a good time with our Minnie Mouse, but be careful with the merchandise. You know how it works. You break it, you buy it.
Yeah, I get it.
А, то есть даже играть не пришлось. Ладно. Окей.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead. You came back.
Hello, Rose.
Are you here to save me? Have you brought me my baby? They won't let me leave here to look for him. And he's all I have left in the world. I don't have anyone else. Will you help me? That's why you came back, isn't it? Or did you come back for the other thing? Do you want me to take off my clothes and lie down on the mattress?
Роуз, хочу поговорить с тобой. Ты сказала, что знаешь какой-то секрет при мне. Мне нужно знать твою тайну.
I'd like to talk to you, Rose. You told me you had a secret to tell me. I need to hear it.
Yes, Mr. Sleepyhead. I know a secret about you. It's something very important, but I'm not going to tell you.
Why not?
Because you haven't brought me my baby. I asked you to help me and you haven't done it. I want to hold my baby again and rock him to sleep. Aren't we friends anymore, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Yes, of course we're still friends. But Rose, please. I need to know what it is. What is the secret?
Okay, I'll give you a clue. It's a riddle. I have something of yours from before the Great Wave. It's the key for you to lock and unlock your chest of dreams, you sleepy bear. But I won't give it to you unless I can hold my baby again.
The key to my chest of dreams? I don't know what the devil she's talking about. But if it's something from before the Great Wave, no doubt it could help me recover my past. Rose, I don't have time for games. Give me whatever you have, please.
No. You have to help me first. Please bring me my baby. I want to rock him to sleep again, like in the picture on the wall. Have you seen the picture of my baby and me? It was taken before the Great Wave. I have no one else. I need my baby. Bring him to me. Bring him to me! Bring him to me!
Опа.
Hey, pal! You can have a good time with our Minnie Mouse, but don't mess up the merchandise! Don't make us come in there. You know how it works. You break it, you buy it.
All right, Rose, all right. Calm down.
Нет, я не хочу, чтобы ты ложилась. Почему ты не уйдешь отсюда, Роуз?
No, I don't want you to lie down. Tell me, Rose, why can't you leave here?
It's because of them. They don't let me go any farther than that empty lot over there. They say I have to be ready in case a client comes. They only let me go see Rod and Colin in their trailer every once in a while.
And why don't you run away?
Those men are too scary, Mr. Sleepyhead. They yell at me and hit me if I don't do what they say. Sometimes they lock me in here in the dark for hours. And I'm afraid the soldiers will come back. They say they'll call them, and if I don't behave, they'll hurt me again. I'm so afraid of the dark. Aren't you? Colin is afraid of the dark too. Before he got sick, he told me, and now they won't let me see him anymore. I like the light better. Do you like the lights in my room, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Yes, they're very pretty, Rose.
It's like it's Christmas every day, isn't it? But the one who scares me most is the hunter. He's always ordering everyone around with a voice like an angry lion. He even gives orders to those men outside. He's like a horrible big dog about to bite you. I get the shivers every time he comes to visit me. But I like your voice very much, Mr. Sleepyhead. You sound like a knight in a fairy tale. And I'm your princess.
То есть охотник к ней тоже захаживает. Ты сказала, что у тебя никого нет. Где твоя семья?
You said you don't have anyone. Where is your family?
I don't know, Mr. Sleepyhead. The last time I saw them was when that great wave came. They said they were leaving, but that they'd come back to find me, and then they left me alone with my baby. They told me they'd only come back if I took good care of him, if I held him and rocked him to sleep, like in the picture on the wall. Did you see my baby and me in the picture, Mr. Sleepyhead? But someone took him while I was asleep. You see, I had this dream while those soldiers were hurting me. Do you like to dream, Mr. Sleepyhead?
It depends on the dream, Rose.
I dream about my baby a lot, sleeping in his little cradle. And I also dream about my room in the house I used to live in before the Great Wave. The sun came in through the window every morning and lit up everything. Sometimes it looked like the walls were going to catch fire. This room is darker. I don't like the dark. That's when they come and hurt me. And sometimes they lock me here in the dark to punish me if I don't do what they say. Have you brought me my baby, Mr. Sleepyhead?
That poor girl is more disturbed than I thought. It looks like her mind hasn't been able to deal with all the pain of these last few months. Someone needs to get her out of here. No, Rose. I'm sorry. I haven't brought you your baby. Goodbye, Rose. I should be going now.
No, don't go. Please. Will you help me, Mr. Sleepyhead? Will you bring me my baby? And will you bring me a cradle like this one in the picture? Be my knight in shining armor. Bring me what I ask and I'll give you the answer. The key to unlock your chest of dreams.
I'll try, Rose. I promise.
Так, нас отпустили, я могу осмотреться. Куча одежды, грязная помятая страница. Угу.
It's a page torn out of a very old magazine. In her delirium, poor Rose thinks it's a photograph of her and her baby taken before the Great Wave.
Ну, то есть это просто из журнала какая-то страничка, понятно. Куча
It's the
одежды.
pile of rags Rose is saving for her baby. When winter comes, my baby will get cold. That's what she said. It would break Rose's heart to see me stealing her baby's clothes. I'm not going to do that to her.
Так, окей. Ящик с
I doubt this
инструментами.
belongs to Rose. I suppose that after installing the lights on the ceiling, those poker addicts left this old toolbox here.
Ручная дрель. А, стоп. Ручная
From what I
дрель.
see, the only useful tool inside this box is a hand drill.
Забрали. Проволока с перегоревшими лампочками.
Must be some leftover Christmas lights that are being used to decorate this room.
Тоже заберем. Тоже берем. Рождественская
A
гирлянда.
string of Christmas lights is the only source of light in this room. The reflections of the colors make this place seem even gloomier and more sordid.
Грязный матрас.
This is the poor girl's place of business. It was probably dragged here from one of those heaps of trash out there. There's
Зеркало.
makeup scattered at the foot of this mirror. I suppose those savages out there force Rose to put on makeup to make herself look older than she really is. A string of lights with every single one of its bulbs smashed. I'd say this is a present by the ghost of Christmas yet to come. A hand drill, perfect for making holes in hard surfaces. In a world without electricity, this is the only way to do it. This wooden crate doesn't need any holes.
Не нужны новые
I don't
елки.
think it would do any good to connect the wire to this. I can't use...
Может,
Even
ее
if I
отрезать
could,
надо?
I wouldn't cut this object in two. Then...
А, не надо. Окей. Так. Ну, я тогда пошла. Я так понимаю, что я могу ходить уже бесконечно к ней, да?
It would break Rose's heart to see me stealing her...
Так, ладно, да, что она не видит. Не дает мне возможности это.
Leaving us so soon?
Hey, you're quick, pal.
So, how'd our little mouse do?
Опа. Вы скоты, Роуз рассказала, как вы мучаете ее. И ее торгуете ей. Значит, ваше заведение крышует охотник? Роуз говорила о своем ребенке, о сыне. Вы знаете, где или как его найти?
Rose was talking to me about a baby, her son. Do you know where he is or how I can find him?
That little mouse's mind is gone. I wouldn't pay much attention to what she says.
Hey, as far as I know,
Her entire family died in the Great Wave. After the explosion, she wandered around in a daze for weeks, until she finally ran into a group of drunken soldiers who wanted to, you know, have some fun with her. When we found her, all she had left was that wrinkled old magazine clipping clutched in her hand. It's her pride and joy. Now she's got it stuck up on the wall of the van.
And as far as the baby's concerned? Probably not alive anymore. If it ever existed. Who knows what goes on in that nutcase's head?
Then she really is all alone. She doesn't have anyone.
Of course she does. She has us now. My partner and I are sort of like, her new family.
We protect her and we feed her. We actually keep her alive. And you can bet your ass we will, as long as our little mouse still has that small fortune between her legs.
Значит, ваше заведение крышует
So
охотник.
this business is really just another one of the hunter's rackets?
Hey, careful what you say. We're independent businessmen.
The hunter just lets us operate in his territory. He gives us protection and sends us clients. In exchange for a percentage, of course.
Fair's fair.
Yeah, fair's fair.
Of course. No doubt. I just hope that someday those bastards find themselves face to face with some of that fairness they talk about, wherever it might come from.
Я не знаю, говорить с ними об этом, нет? Ну, давайте попробуем.
You two are despicable. Rose told me about how you abuse and prostitute her.
I think we'll have to teach that naughty little girl how to keep her mouth shut.
Don't jump to conclusions, pal. Let me tell you how we found that chatty little rodent, since you're so interested in her. It was about 4 months ago. She was naked and injured, and she could hardly move. A group of soldiers had gang-raped her and left her for dead. They left her body wrapped in barbed wire from the camp fence.
Crows would have picked her clean if we hadn't found her when we did. It's only thanks to us that she's still alive.
Someone like Rose could never survive in the New World alone. You know that as well as we do. We're helping her. We protect her and we feed her. We actually keep her alive. The only thing we ask for in return is that she earn her keep.
The only problem is, sometimes she has a hard time understanding that. And we have to be a little more strict with her, that's all.
And the fact is, the girls, well, not too bright. But for some jobs, that's almost a blessing, don't you think?
What good Samaritans.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but you're catching on.
I don't have anything else to discuss with you two.
Okay, come back anytime you like. You paid for her. The door to the van is open to you all night long.
Окей, то есть все-таки я могу потом прийти. Даже если уйду. Да? Да, даже если уйду, я могу прийти. Но получается, до утра мне надо найти ребенка. Или она вроде как сказала, колыбельку надо найти. Что-то такое. Опа. Закрыто. Давайте сохранимся. Я так полагаю, что ручной дрелью можно будет бочки того.
From all the noise coming from the other side of this door, I have no doubt that there are people in the bar, but they don't seem to hear me, or don't want to open up for me. It's the entrance to Hunter's
Скорее всего,
Bar.
не хотят.
They must have closed the place while I was outside the camp. Oddly enough, there's light visible under the door, and I can still hear that grating country music coming from the other side. Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs.
Ящик похож на колыбель. Слушай, точно.
I don't think doing this. I'm afraid I can't.
Но пока непонятно, как мне из нее колыбельку сделать. Или может просто ей ящик отдать. Сказать, что это типа колыбелька. Ну, мне кажется, надо типа приделать ножки, чтобы она качалась, а не просто ящик.
I could try to use the nails to join them, but they wouldn't be able to pierce the metal. The subway sign is already broken in two.
Но вообще из этого можно было вот эти вот бы полукруглые ножки сделать. То есть, чтобы она вот так качалась туда-сюда.
Better not. It's useless. I could try to use the nails to join them, but they wouldn't be able to pierce the metal of the subway sign. I don't see any way of combining these two objects using anything I have on me.
Он пока не знает, как соединить. То есть, да, скорее всего, надо будет вот это вот соединить, но пока то, что у меня есть, не поможет мне это соединить. Так.
Okay, so we'll make a hole in one of these drums.
Сделаем дырку. Дырку делают внизу. Но он в серединке.
This must be the poisonous concoction they serve as a beverage in the bar. The drum is already empty enough. I think I can now get rid of this old hand drill. I doubt I'll be using it again.
То есть вот так даже. Окей.
With its contents spilled all over the ground, the punctured drum doesn't seem so heavy anymore.
Так. Теперь мы можем...
This is the only way I can think of to draw those thugs out of their den.
What the hell is going on now?
Another power failure. Go figure. Nothing works in this damn camp.
This damn sewer is gonna be the end of us.
Everything's okay. Calm down and shut your mouth. You, light some candles. Get us some light in here. And you, come with me and take a look.
It would be better if they didn't see me around here.
Hey, look! The main cable is broken. How could that have happened?
Оборвался,
I don't know,
да,
maybe
да.
the wind or a bird.
Да,
Bunch
да,
of
да.
idiots. The cable's cut. This was sabotage.
Yep. And here are the tools he used to do it. Gloves and a pair of bolt cutters.
Damn it. I can kiss that stuff goodbye.
Sabotage? Someone sabotaged us? Who would dare?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Зачем он там кинул перчатки, кусачки?
What happened, Hank?
Hey, Mike. Nothing in particular. It's nice to see you around here, dude. Some idiotic camp electrician wanted to practice on our place. That's all. We'll give him a fitting reward when we find him. You know, fair's fair. So, tell me, what brings you to these parts?
I wanted to talk business with you.
Business? Of course, Mike. You know, in these hard times, we all have to help each other. I'm sure we'll be able to make a deal. Come inside and sit down with me. And you, fix this.
Пустили внутрь.
All right, dude. You told me you wanted to talk business. So, here we are. Shoot.
О, мне нужны батарейки. Когда я заходил в прошлый раз, ты сказал, что можешь достать что угодно. Мне нужны батарейки.
The last time I was here, you told me that you could get anything.
Заряженные.
Of course, Mike. You know that I like you. I know one of our kind when I see one. I want to help you. I really do. But you know, in today's world, everything has a price. Things have gotten very ugly.
How much is it going to cost me?
Save your cash for those poor devils out there. I can see the future, dude. I can smell it and touch it. And that stupid paper will be worthless in a very, very short time.
So what is it you want in exchange?
The only liquid asset still worth anything in this new world, Mike. Fuel. Bring me gasoline, oil, kerosene. Anything that can make a motor or generator run, dude. These are dark days, and people need light. We want to bring it to them. You bring me the fuel, and the batteries are yours.
It's obvious that I don't have anything like that on me.
Then I'm sorry to have to tell you this, dude. No fuel, no deal. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll figure out some way to make me happy.
Окей. Я сейчас говорил с твоими людьми, теми шакалами, которые торгуют Роуз. Меня тошнит от твоих делишек.
I just talked to your men. Those maggots who are prostituting Rose. Your business dealings turn my stomach.
Watch your mouth in my house, you damn prig. Because you're insulting me in front of my people. And this is not the first time.
That poor girl is disturbed. She has the mind of a child. What you guys are doing isn't right.
Do you want to talk about justice, dude? About that objective, impartial, blind lady with the scales? It's funny that you're the one bringing up that blindfolded whore. And wasn't it you who paid handsomely for some time alone with that little mouse? So, did you have a good time with her, Mike? And tell me, what are those blood stains on your shirt? I suppose my informants are mistaken, and that blood is unrelated to the disappearance of a certain preacher in this city. Michael, did you treat him justly? Now, who the hell do you think you are, handing out lessons in morality to anyone, dude?
But how do you know? Oh, wait, there's an explanation for all that.
Of course, there's an explanation. And it's very simple. You gotta do what you gotta do. But don't you worry, Mike. I see everything, but your secrets are safe with me. I like you, dude, because deep down, you and I are much more alike than you think. Our true nature is coming out in all its glory in this new world. You just need the courage to act on it.
You're wrong. I'm not like you.
I hope for your sake that you're the one who's wrong, dude. You're a predator. I can tell. Don't make the mistake of turning into a lamb, because you already know how that could turn out. And when it comes to Rose, let me tell you that she has every right in the world to defend herself. That's the magnificence of this new world. It's given us absolute freedom to assume our true roles. Rose, just like the rest of us, has to decide if she's a lion or a lamb. Ain't it grand, dude? It's only now that we're truly free to choose. But don't get me wrong, the right to defend herself is hers, and hers alone. So be careful with the heroic gestures, Mike. You touch a single hair on the head of any of my men to defend that little mouse, and I'll rip your skin off, one strip at a time. They're friends of mine. Got it?
Yes. You've made yourself perfectly clear. You won't have to tell me again.
От этой ужасной музыки у меня болят уши. Какого черта у тебя всегда одна и та же песня на повторе?
That horrible music is drilling into my eardrums. Why do you always play the same song over and over again?
You're lucky we're friends, Mike. Otherwise, I would have pounded your nose into your skull. That was my late father's favorite song. He was an apostle of the new world, a visionary.
Apostle of the new world?
That's right, Mike. An evangelist, a prophet. I hated that old bastard for years. As a boy, the beatings he gave me made me tremble at the sound of his voice, of his boots, of his belt. When I was just a kid, he forced us to live in the forest for days on end. Those were his survival classes, he said. I still have scars from those years. We were all delighted when they found the remains of his body burnt to a crisp in a car, clutching his flask of whiskey like a baby's bottle. It's only now I understand.
Understand? What?
What my father was trying to do. His commitment to making us strong. He was a visionary. He knew that hard times were coming. He never stopped repeating that. And he prepared us for them. That hell that buried me alive in the old and decadent world gave me wings in this new world. And let me be reborn, cleansed and purified. I don't care if the Great Wave was the work of God or the devil, Mike. I only know that one of them has been very good to me. My father's prophecy came true. And the new world has put all of us in our rightful place.
Yeah, I haven't the slightest doubt. I should be going now.
Okay, Mike, whatever you say. Remember, get me fuel and you'll have your batteries.
Горючее. Где я тебе возьму горючее? О, изолента. Выдают бесплатно. Хорошо. А, это изоленту они оставили, потому что они кабель починили.
A roll of sticky electrical tape. That's almost used up.
Почти вся израсходована. Так. Где мне интересно взять горючее? Опа. Этот ушел.
That's odd. The drum has a huge bullet hole on one side. Everything indicates that it was being used for target practice.
Что случилось? Что-то случилось. Давайте посмотрим в окошко. Давайте сохранимся. И посмотрим в окошко. Так, ладно, все не так плохо. Пока что.
There's Rod, sad and lost in thought. He must have been waiting for hours for news from me.
Ой, сейчас мы его разочаруем. Папкой этой.
Michael, thank God you've come back. Colin is worse. His trances are getting longer and deeper. My wife and I are afraid the end is near. Please tell me that you've brought the medicine to cure his disease.
This is going to be very hard. But this man deserves to know the truth. I own that. I'm sorry, Rod. You have to see this. It's an army report. It says that the cure we were talking about doesn't exist. That it never existed.
No, but there has to be a cure. There has to be hope for us. The vultures are starting to gather around our trailer, waiting for the end so they can take my son's belongings. Colin himself can see them from the window of his room.
Calm down, Rod.
Don't tell me to calm down! You've brought ruin to this house. You've come to sentence Colin to death. But that drug exists. It has to exist!
Listen to me, Rod. I've done everything in my power to find the drug, but there is no such thing. Try to understand. There's no cure for the dissolved.
The dissolved? I warned you, Michael. I warned you not to use that word in this house! Get out of here! Get out of our lives forever!
Wait, Rod. I'm sorry, but you promised to help me. You promised to help me get my identity back.
Help you? You've ruined our lives. You've condemned our little boy to death. Get out of here. Get
Такое
out of
чувство,
here
как
at
будто я его
once.
заразила.
Michael, I have to talk to you. I have a message. I have a message from her.
My God, it's Colin. A message from her?
Michael, please. She told me to talk to you.
Он заговорил.
Where do you think you're going? Don't you dare go into that room. You're not welcome in this house anymore.
But the boy, he called out to me by name.
Colin's delirious. He doesn't even know who you are. Get away from my family immediately.
Michael, I have a message from her. It's very important.
Damn you. Don't go near that door. Get out of this house. Listen, Michael. We have a gun in that room with 2 bullets in it. Don't make me waste one of them on you.
It's all right, Rod. Calm down. I'm leaving.
And as for you, vultures, drawn by the scent of death, I won't let you take anything. You hear me? Not a single thing. When this is over, when he's gone, I'll make sure there's nothing left for you. You won't get anything. You won't get anything.
Вот как раз-таки куколка, да?
Amidst these flames, Colin's belongings are ceasing to exist. His
Мы
clothes,
видели уже это.
his books, his toys, they're going up in smoke, just like poor Rod's sanity. It seems that the new world has gotten the better of him. Even if there was something inside there that could interest me, jeez, that bonfire is too hot to touch.
Надо потушить. Чем? Чем тушить?
In the flames, all the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family are going up in smoke. I'm not going to add any more fuel to this fire. Colin called out to me by name. He said he had a message from her. I have to go in there and talk to the boy before it's too late. But how?
Так. Никак. Не знаю пока. Надо как-то потушить еще костер.
In the flames, All the hopes and dreams of Rod and his family.
Незачем подбрасывать топливо. Мне кажется, у меня ничего нету. Мне, возможно, надо воды набрать. Было бы еще во что воды набрать. Теперь не могу сюда подойти.
Trying to fill this crate with water is a rather absurd exercise.
Но мне нужна вода, потушить огонь. В целом можно было бы чуть-чуть воды туда набрать.
I don't think I'd gain it. Adding electrical tape to this wouldn't... I could use the electrical tape to hold something to this object. But I could use the electrical tape... Let's see. I'll use the electrical tape to join these two objects. The bad news is that I just used up all the electrical tape.
Так, хорошо. Теперь у нас появилась
I've attached
колыбельная.
what's left of the metal subway sign to the wooden crate I found in the cleanup brigade's closet. And now I have a crate with metal parts.
Я знаю, где находится этот... Как это называется? Игрушка, в общем, вот это вот. Но при этом я не могу там потушить. Интересно, если я тухлую
It's
рыбу
too
вот
big
сюда
for carrying
заверну.
them. The fish would just disintegrate and disappear in the folds of the bag. I could put the fish inside, but they'd fall between the spaces between the wooden slats.
Какой-то сложный. Может завернуть в пакет?
Hanging up this poster here wouldn't do anything for me.
Да не здесь плакат, а рыбу
I'm afraid I
завернуть в
can't do
плакат.
that.
Нет. Как-то я тут не вижу уже смысла. Я вроде все сделала здесь. Я так понимаю, надо разбираться с этим. Как раз-таки. С ребеночком.
Even if there was something inside there that... Jeez. That's odd. The drum has everything indicates... In the flame. In the flame. In the flame.
То есть потушить
In the
все-таки мне нечем.
I don't think it would do any good to throw the wire in there. I'd only scorch it. It's not long enough. I'd only end up burning my hand if I tried to stir the fire with it. In the flames. In the flame. The ground in this lot is full of trash, scrap metal, and broken glass. This is where I learned my first lesson in this new world. If you want to avoid problems, watch your step.
Не знаю, вот тряпка висит, вот куча досок, которые можно взять и просто подтащить. Но самая безумная идея просто затоптать ногами. Может, в мешок набрать воды? Нам явно нужна вода. А, мешок он вытаскивает. Как тогда потушить?
These two kids are about to lose their lives because of me. I think it's about time I left them alone, for their own safety.
Может, пробовать ей просто колыбельку отдать, пока без ребенка?
You've brought me a cradle for my baby, Mr. Sleepyhead. This is no use. It's not like the one in the picture. It's too low. It doesn't have any legs. Don't you see? I want one as tall as the one in the picture.
Okay, don't worry, Rose. I'll keep looking.
Она даже не подходит. Высокая, то есть как мне увеличить и высоту?
Why would I want to do? Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? This plastic bag is designed to hold the remains. That wouldn't serve.
Ну, как-то пока что у меня ничего и нету такого. Не понравилась ей колыбелька моя. К сожалению, перед нами не Руфус, который тушит пожары керосином. Может быть, пописать на костер. Ну, к сожалению, он это не делает.
The bonfire is burning very slowly. I can still see traces of clothing and toys amidst the flames. He made it very clear. After his outburst, Rod is not going to let me back into his trailer.
Как-то новых предметов у меня нету. Что-то как-то непонятно. Мест новых нету, то есть, соответственно, предметов новых нету.
Getting into a punching match with this wouldn't help me at all.
Это скамейки, это не дверка.
It doesn't look like it's...
Не знаю, попробовать к этой женщине еще раз сходить, поговорить с ней, не знаю. Что-то я пока не понимаю, куда мне идти, что делать.
Hello, Uma.
Ну, это все то же самое, что она уже...
Talk to my father, Michael. Tell him that we'll be seeing very...
Она уже это все рассказывала.
With the help of a pair of bolt cutters, all electrified fences, see, that's a proven...
То есть это мне и не надо, в принципе. Что-то пока непонятно. Не понимаю, куда идти. Не понимаю, что мне надо найти. чтобы потушить. Но явно надо что-то найти.
Christmas lights. An abstract concept from another time, another world.
Кто там в спецчате? Намекните хоть что искать. А мне кажется, у нас все должно быть уже. То есть нам надо искать, что конкретно делать. Нам надо, я так понимаю, попасть в новое место, чтобы уже находить новые вещи. А все вещи, которые у нас уже есть, это вот все. Ну, потому что новая точка-то не открылась никакая. То есть и новых вещей мы вряд ли новые вещи найдем, учитывая, что у нас уже все открыто. Мы уже везде были. Надо как-то разбираться с костром. Но как его тушить?
It doesn't seem like a good idea. I'd rather not do that. The New World is violent enough without going around hitting its inhabitants for no good reason.
А, я народа случайно нажала ломом. Я хотела на окошко.
If I hit this window, I'll shatter it. It's pretty quiet around here, and the sound of the breaking glass would alert everyone in the camp, including the soldiers.
А что он про бочку говорит? Про бочку говорит, что в нем пулевое отверстие, возможно, использовалось как мишень. Не знаю, может, тут можно обменять что-то?
This business card is my only clue about that place called Beechwood Oracle, so I have no intention of letting go of it. I prefer to... I doubt anyone could be interested in this except a DIY freak. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Unless dissolution is imminent, I don't see any point... I'm not going to give it to... I'm not going to give this... I think... I prefer to hold on to it.
Так, но батарейки мне как раз-таки нужны для навигатора.
I'm not going to give it to... Although...
На обмен у нас нету ничего. Хотя что-то мне так кажется, что на обмен больше ничего и не будет. Это просто, типа, вот как показали, что можно здесь обменять. И все, больше тут менять больше ничего нельзя, в общем. Ну, идей нет. Мы уже в стольких местах были, что у меня вообще идей нет. Что делать? Ну, было предложение, да, вот принести воду туда, но мне не в чем нести воду. Ну и плюс я уже принесла колыбельку, она сказала, что колыбелька не подходит. То есть даже то, что я получу ребеночка, ей не зашла колыбелька. То есть с этим ящиком что-то еще надо делать. В любом случае, даже если...
It would be useless to try to fill it with water. The liquid would just leak out through the bag's side zipper.
В общем, даже если я раздобуду этого ребеночка, мне колыбелька не поможет выиграть в этом. Я предлагаю тогда, наверное, закончить. Я тогда просто посмотрю, что делать дальше, потому что что-то у меня вообще мысли нету. Я уже сколько хожу, не понимаю, что вообще надо. По сути, надо перекрыть воздух, чтобы костер потух. Можно покрывалом или камнями. Так у нас нет ни покрывала, ни камней. Ну, у нас ни на одной локации нет покрывала, ни камней. То есть это опять же надо что-то сделать, чтобы попасть в новую локацию, где, возможно, будет покрывало и камень. Пакет изоленты заклеить пробовала, у меня нет изоленты. У меня изолента ушла на колыбельку. Газа у меня тоже нету. Это вот все, что у меня есть. И то, получается, тетрадка и браслет у меня не могут уйти. Колыбелька не может уйти ни в коем случае. Она нам по сюжету нужна. Пропуск и навигатор тоже нам по сюжету нужны. То есть нам как раз-таки батарейки нужны. То есть получить надо горючее. Где взять горючее, тоже пока непонятно. У нас тут нету горючего. Так что давайте, наверное, тогда закончим. Так, вот сюда сохранюсь. Самый краешек. Вот. Я сейчас читаю прохождение, но там все слегка запутано. Формально батарейки мы можем получить, если сообщим о том, что есть способ достать для охотника горючее. Надо в медцентре посмотреть, только с какой стороны, точно не помню. Горючее ты имеешь в виду в том месте, где мы уже его смотрели, то есть надо еще раз осмотреть это место. Так, ну, мы же осматривали, он же должен был запомнить, что там есть баки.
If, as the hunter says, fuel is the currency of the new world, there's a real fortune stored here. I'm not surprised that the army has this place hidden and camouflaged.
Ну, смотрите, он другую фразу сказал. Ой, нет, не сюда. Не туда пошла. Но даже если я ему сейчас расскажу о том, что там есть горючее, это же я ему не принесла.
The last time I was here, you told me that you could get anything. I need some batteries.
Of course, Mike. You know that I like you. I know one of our kind when I see one. I want to help you. I really do. But you know, in today's world, everything has a price. Things have got...
How much is it going to cost me?
Save your cash for those... I can... And that's...
So what is it you want?
The only liquid fuel. Anything... These are dark. You bring me the fuel...
It's obvious that I don't have anything...
Then I'm sorry. No fuel... But you're a...
I should be going.
Okay.
То есть мне на себя надо это горючее еще принести. Но у меня доступа туда нету, к этому горючему. Надо осмотреть еще раз для закрепления и сообщить об этом
That's the depot where
охотнику.
the fuel is stored for powering the enormous generators that light this compound. It's impressive. There must be hundreds of barrels stored down there. If, as the hunter says, fuel is the currency of the new world, I'm not surprised. That's the depot. It's impressive.
То есть две фразы. Надо чекнуть и вернуться теперь к нему. Что-то все как-то очень сложно. Типа обязательно две фразы.
Hey, Hank.
Да нет, тут одна и та же
I
фраза.
should be going now.
Дать пропуск? Нет, нет. Пропуск, он сказал, мне нужны либо 2, либо 4 колеса. А иначе пропуск бесполезен. Я так понимаю, нам нужен сначала мотоцикл, то есть мотоцикл плюс пропуск, и я смогу попасть. Но мотоцикл мне никто не отдаст. В любом случае. Может, конечно, если я им
I'm not
покажу.
going to give it to them. If they ask me where I got it, lots of problems.
Да.
I have no intention of getting any closer. Those pigs in uniform never take their beady eyes off the motorcycle. Besides, the key's not in the ignition.
И да, нет зажигания ключа. У кого-то из них ключ зажигания. То есть это сначала надо украсть ключ зажигания, потом как-то их отвлечь, потом мотоцикл забрать, туда поехать. Вот. То есть, мне кажется, пропуск... Это даже не в этой голове будет пропуск этот. Пакет продырявить гвоздями.
I don't see any need to nail anything to this.
Нет.
Since it's made of... I can't... I don't... Better...
Гвозди ни с чем не соединяются.
This plastic bag... That wouldn't serve... Out... I can't... I don't... Better not.
Ну, в любом случае, как бы... Даже если мы дойдем до горючего, что, скорее всего, это не скоро будет. Потому что, как я поняла, то, что пишет Брина, это надо попасть в медцентр, то есть с помощью мотоцикла, то есть это еще горючее не скоро нам светит. И плюс мне же как-то его надо будет забрать. То есть на данный момент я даже не вижу, в чем мне его можно перенести, это горючее. Не буду же я его бочками переносить, учитывая, что он даже просто бочку с алкоголем не смог поднять, который там в баре подают. То есть в любом случае нам нужна какая-то тара, не знаю, бутылка как минимум. Ну, хоть что-то, или может баночка какая-то, куда можно будет перелить. Я не думаю, что он будет доволен бутылки или баночки. Скорее всего, нужна будет как минимум канистра. Или, как он сказал, галлоны. Так что, да. Мне кажется, до горючего нам тоже еще пока далеко. Скорее всего, мы сейчас на этапе решения с колыбелькой. Я так понимаю. Надо сначала что-то решить с колыбелькой. И параллельно у нас получается основная наша задача, это вот, я так понимаю, по сюжету узнать, что он нам скажет. Это вот прямо именно сюжетная такая часть. Ну, хотя девушка там тоже что-то знает про нас. Вот. Так что все. В принципе, горючее мы нашли. Да. Еще раз сохранюсь. Все, ребят, да, на этом закончим. И на следующем стриме будем уже дальше ломать голову. Чё, как? Вот. Давайте посмотрю, можно ли вас куда-то отправить. Сразу выйдем из игры. И пойду посмотрю, стримит ли там Антоша. Антоша стримит. Вот. Давайте отправлю вас к Антоше. Текс. Держите рейдик. Все, ребят. Да. Спасибо вам за стрим. Увидимся с вами завтра. Да, завтра я поставила на 6 стрим на Твиче. Переделала. Это не на 8, а на 6. Пораньше начнем. Там ребята накидали очень много демок. Вот. Поэтому я думаю, что если мы начнем в 8, мы с вами просто не успеем все посмотреть. А игрушки там прикольные. Вот. То есть большинство того, что там есть, мне все это понравилось, и я очень хочу посмотреть. И переживаю, что мне не хватит просто времени все посмотреть. Поэтому стрим начнем в 6 вечера, пораньше. И постараемся посмотреть максимально, сколько сможем. Вот. Так что завтра день демок, скажем так. Вот. Будем много разных игрушек смотреть, которые еще не вышли. Они ни одна не вышли. Вот, они все еще в разработке, но им дали демку в честь фестиваля демок. Вот. Все, ребятки, до завтра. Да, хорошего вам вечера, сладеньких снов. И всем пока-пока.